Hello everyone, I'm here to present to you the Brainchild Traffic Agenda. Traffic Agenda is a mobile, 2D, top-down perspective time management game. In it, the player takes on the role of an inner-city police officer, tasked daily with upholding the law and dictating the flow of both automobile and pedestrian traffic through a busy intersection throughout the business day. The player's goal is simple. He or she has to go through each day, a day representing a level, without gaining 3 reprimands. We'll talk more about those later. Getting reprimanded by your supervisor 3 times will cause the player to automatically fail the level. The player also has a simple 5-star ranking system. At the onset of each level, the player starts out with 5 stars. However, if the player doesn't manage the intersection efficiently, the rating will drop. We'll talk more about that soon as well. Maintaining as many stars as possible is key, as each new level requires the previous one to be completed with a certain amount of stars before the player can move on. During each level, the player has to decide which direction he or she will allow traffic to flow in. This is done by tapping on the east and west or the north and south traffic signal icons located beside the player in the center of the intersection. One thing players need to be careful of is not to allow one direction to start going until stopping the traffic in the other direction and waiting for all cars to clear the intersection first. Being responsible for causing an accident automatically causes the player to fail the level. Players have to manage the flow of pedestrians through the intersection by tapping either the north and south or east and west don't walk signals located in the corners of the screen. While having both directions on at the same time won't cause pedestrians to run into one another, this can run the risk of causing a pedestrian to get hit by a car if either of the traffic signals are green at the time. Causing a pedestrian to get hit by a car automatically causes the player to fail the level. Earlier, we touched on the player's rating. If the player has a direction of traffic stopped, traffic will begin to build in that direction. If the traffic fills the screen, the player will lose a star rating for every 10 seconds that traffic remains filled in that direction. The player will know that they're in jeopardy of losing a rank, as when that area of the intersection fills up, a timer will display over those cars and begin counting down from 10. The same is true for pedestrians waiting to cross. We also spoke about the player being reprimanded. At any given time, a vehicle or pedestrian can decide to break the law and cross the intersection when they weren't supposed to. The car, or pedestrian, will do so very quickly to try and avoid being caught. The player has to quickly tap on the lawbreaker before they make it across the intersection in order to catch them and write them a ticket. The faster the lawbreaker is caught, the better, because while a pedestrian or vehicle is crossing that shouldn't be, all other traffic will stop, causing a backup to occur and potentially cause the player to lose rank. For each lawbreaker that gets away with his or her crime, the player is reprimanded. 3 reprimands is grounds for automatic failing of the level. The game is similar to games like Diner Dash and Happy Chef. The biggest difference comes in the game's theme and rules. Unlike in Diner Dash, where customers become unhappy when their food takes too long, in Traffic Agenda, citizens complain about the player's performance and lower their score. Also, instead of serving food to patrons, the player is responsible for ensuring that drivers and pedestrians have a smooth journey to where they're going. Most time management games focus on serving customers. Traffic Agenda adds the necessity to ensure the safety of citizens and uphold the law. There aren't many risks involved with this project. In fact, the only risk comes in the form of balancing and testing, because each level has to be able to be completed by players of varying skill levels. It will be important to set up each level's traffic build-up rate appropriately, while also having enough lawbreakers to keep the player on their toes, but not too many that the player is always frantically tapping around the screen and always getting a low rating at the end of the level. This will require a wide range of testers in order to ensure the game is well balanced for anyone in the target age range. Thank you for your time.